Coming up in this bulletin, National Petroleum Authority debunks rumors that increase in prices of liquefied petroleum gas could be blamed on the Cylinder Recirculation Model, clarifying that the program is yet to start from next month. And Tullow Oil reviews price of gas sold to government from its oil fields. But could this impact negatively on cost of power generation in the country? Also in this bulletin, economist Dr. Patrick Esuming joins calls for a long-term restrictions of Bank of Ghana's financing of government expenditure. We've got details of these and many more shortly. Thanks for your company. I am Pius Kojobaka. And look now at our stories. The National Petroleum Authority has debunked claims of a change in liquefied petroleum gas price build-up as part of its cylinder recirculation model. According to the authority, it is rather working to engage more stakeholders to understand the program before it starts next month. Deputy Chief Executive Officer Perry Ukujeto said the distribution network is the only channel expected to be altered and not prices of the commodity. He was speaking at a media engagement on an update of the cylinder recirculation model.
The fueled cylinders are going to come a price build-up. The current price build-up that we have is still the price build-up we're going to use in the implementation of the policy. So in terms of pricing, nothing is going to change. What is going to change is the distribution network and how you access LPG. So in terms of pricing, we are playing out the current price build-up and nothing in the price build-up is going to change.
Perry Ukujeto is the Deputy Chief Executive for the National Petroleum Authority. A while longer in the industry, and Tullow Oil says it has reviewed the price of gas sold to government from the Jubilee and Chunimbwa and Nyirantumi fields in the country. This was captured in an update released to shareholders of the oil exploration firm today. But what could be the impact on the cost of generating power in the country? George Biafe has more.
The review was captured under the interim gas sales agreement that Tullow Oil secured from government in 2017. Now, based on this adjustment, it will now be selling a unit of metric million British terminal gas at $2.90. Tullow was, however, quick to add that this price was far lower than what other players are selling to the government of Ghana when it comes to natural gas. Tullow says this underscores its commitment to the economic development of the country. The amended sales agreement will cover products sold to government till September this year. Tullow also announced that it is currently negotiating with government on a new gas pricing deal once the current agreement expires at the end of the third quarter of this year. Tullow Oil also announced that it is currently negotiating with the government of Ghana on a new gas pricing deal once the current agreement expires at the end of the third quarter of this year. It is not clear for now how this review in prices would impact on the cost of power generation in the country. Volta River Authority and the Ghana National Gas Company depends on gas from Tullow Oil fields and other sources to generate power for consumption in the country.
George, you are fair with that report. Economist Dr. Patrick Esuming is calling for the strict enforcement of the country's financial laws, arguing the continuous financing of government expenditure and other items by the Bank of Ghana should be restricted. He says the central bank financing of government expenditure is reaching alarming levels that may not be sustainable. The Bank of Ghana incurred about 60 billion cedis loss last year, resulting in a negative equity for the bank. Speaking to Joy Business, Dr. Esuming said urgent steps must be taken to restrict the central bank from financing government's expenditure.
The issue about the central bank and the extent of the lending that they gave to the government the last time, I think that one is quite problematic. Problematic in the sense that that excessive lending has, that contributed to the inflation that we are seeing. And the Bank of Ghana has now had to hike the policy rate to fight this inflation. So I think that one is a problem. But then again, we already have the law that imposes the restriction. I guess people will make the argument that these were extraordinary times. But then again, we have to have a clear guidelines on under what conditions and under what circumstances the central bank may have to step in. I think last year, to the extent that it was an extraordinary year, I think it is the extent of the central bank lending to the government was a little bit on the high side. It was quite problematic.
Dr. Patrick Esuming is an economist. About 270 companies have signed an agreement with the Ghana Enterprises Agency to receive 35 million cedis funding support to expand their businesses. The fund is part of the first phase of the Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Grant from the World Bank under the Economic Transformation Project. At a ceremony to sign the agreement in Accra, Chief Executive for the Ghana Enterprises Agency, Kosi Yankiaye, urged the beneficiary firms to make good use of the funds and account for it accordingly.
So our intervention and support to you is to use that to build your businesses. And as your businesses grow, if there's a need for more interventions in the future, we will provide it. Some of you have been selected in this initial phase after the 4-month intensive training to be able to provide you with the needed support just to see how best you can utilize it. The program is to boost the productivity and competitiveness of small, medium businesses.
More on SMEs, the Ghana Institute of Procurement and Supply is calling on government to award procurement contracts below 2 million cedis to small and medium enterprises in the country to help them grow. According to the president of the institute, Simon Annan, SMEs are the engine of growth of every economy, hence the need for government to support them. He spoke to Joy Business at the signing ceremony by the institute and GIMPA.
The institute is calling for a seed of government spend. So what we're saying is that any procurement below 2 million Ghana cedis should be ceded to the SME companies. And with that, it will help them to grow and it will help them to also become competitive. Because if they're able to bid government businesses in Ghana and they win, there's likelihood that they will use that the same capacity and the same expertise to bid for the international businesses.
In more news this afternoon, the Chief Executive of the Ghana Free Zones Authority, Mike Okwe, is extending an invitation to small businesses to take advantage of the new licensing regime of free zones operations in the country. According to him, government has made some incentives available in the new regime which will benefit all export-oriented businesses in the country. He made the announcement after the authority had an engagement with the Association of Ghana Industries. There is more in this report.
The engagement with the Accra chapter of the Association of Ghana Industries was aimed at enhancing information sharing among players of key sectors of export trade in order for the country to benefit from the Continental Free Trade Agreement. According to the Chief Executive for Free Zones, Mike Okwe Jr., Ghana's friendly business environment makes it the ideal location for more investors to establish their businesses.
You don't need to be in a free zone enclave to get a license. You can be around your area or the source of your raw material. So if you're doing share and you want to be located in the north, you can be in the north but have the license and not be in the location to be a free zone company.
Chairman for the Greater Accra AGI, Chona Makbelu, described the meeting as a very fruitful one, which afforded an avenue for captains of industries to share their challenges with the authority.
I thought it as a crucial and a strategic attempt to collaborate with the free zone in order to have most of our members have their companies as free zone company, to expand the relationship and to really understand what it takes to become a free zone company. So it'll be very fruitful. As a result of these conversations, a lot of things were revealed. The
theme for the meeting was the role of Ghana Free Zones Authority in harnessing the potential of the private sector for economic good. Eben Sabute's report for Joy Business.
You're still listening to the Joy Business Report. Ginger production in Ghana increased from 65.73 tons in 2002 to 94.72 tons in 2021, I beg your pardon, growing at an average annual rate of 1.98%. But production is faced with a myriad of challenges, including degrading soil, fertility, and post-harvest losses. In this week's episode of The Food Chain, Emmanuel Bright Kweku speaks with ginger farmers at the Nkanwie district and experts at the Soil Research Institute on improving ginger production in Ghana.
Farmers at Mpatuom of the Ashanti region harvesting raw ginger for sale and processing. This is a livelihood they inherited from their ancestors. Patrick Bricrine has been in the ginger farming business for over 2 decades now, a venture that has catered for his family.
I can do food and over 25 years.
The ginger originated from Twase and later spread to Jankoba and Hwidiem. We grew up to see our forefathers in ginger farming. The farming is lucrative.
esika wo mu kwase me no an ne e boa ye ne ani adwuma kakra nkra ya ya de hwehwe ye manoma me ba bi kura university ni ade.
The Achimangwa-Bieja district is one of the largest producers of ginger in the country. Regina Sulemana supervises over 50 ginger farmers at Impatuum and adjoining communities.
A1 Kosav Ginger Farmers Association. Now we have, the little I have is we are only ginger farmers. The reason why I do the association, people who have completed school, they are dead, they are not doing anything. They can come and we educate them what ginger can do. So I decided to get a land by myself to plant the ginger and processing it. Like here, like this, I can produce even more than 1,000 bags from here.
In spite of the lucrativeness of ginger farming, farmers here are faced with the challenge of degrading soil fertility. In recent years, ginger farmers at Amanchia, Jankoba, and its adjoining communities have had to abandon cultivated farmlands to new sites for ginger planting.
So because I hire
we cannot use the same land for the plantation of ginger next year unless we move to another area. We don't know the reason, so it has become necessary for us to move to another place.
We sought some answers from the Ghana Soil Information Center at the Soil Research Institute of the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research.
So in Ashanti region, for instance, the soils are getting more and more acidic. And then generally, phosphorus, especially phosphorus, levels are very low because the soils don't have these natural mineral, like the natural minerals that will release phosphorus, like the apatites, because the soils are highly weathered to the maximum levels.
And that's your food chain for today. Ending the Joy Business Report, let's take some messages from EcoBank. Well, the EcoBank salary account is a special account designed for workers of all income brackets desirous of receiving their salaries through EcoBank. With the EcoBank salary account, you are guaranteed all the benefits of a normal savings or current account, plus many more. EcoBank salary account gives workers one free life insurance cover of up to 10,000 cedis, 24/7 access to cash and e-banking services, internet and mobile banking services, high interest rates on savings, no minimum balance, ability to save through the EcoBank Save As You Spend, a unique feature that helps customers to save and invest. Remember, the insurance policy covers death, total disability or permanent, critical illness, hospitalization, retrenchment, and more. Savings or current account holders at EcoBank do not have to close their existing accounts to enjoy the numerous benefits of the EcoBank salary account. Just ask your branch to switch your existing account to the EcoBank salary account. Non-EcoBank account holders should approach any EcoBank branch and ask for the EcoBank salary account. Switch your salary account today and enjoy amazing benefits at EcoBank. Call EcoBank toll free on 0800 003 225 wherever for further details. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. Ignition is next with Sami Forsen. I am Pius Kujubaka. Do have a lovely afternoon.
Joy 99.7 FM.
Cargo handling can be so tiring. Having to shuffle between banks to make payments. And waiting hours for payment confirmation. And worst of all, incurring avoidable costs due to payment delays. Chalet. But with EcoBank, making cargo payment has become super convenient through their digital self-service and in-branch channels. Sail smoothly with EcoBank and experience our one-stop payment solutions for all your cargo-related payments. Pay your customs duties and all levies, terminal handling and shipping line fees, and enjoy smart financing solutions to support your cargo handling operations. Contact us on 0800 003 225 or walk into the nearest EcoBank branch to find out more. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Super Hits Radio. Joy 99.7.
This is Joy 99.7 FM. I would like to have your attention for a funeral announcement. The Nkansa family of Lek Lebidafo and the Aka family of Bi Atabu regretfully announce the untimely death of their beloved son, brother, husband, father, cousin, uncle, and friend, Victor Kofi Doe Nkansa, who passed on to glory on the 22nd of June 2023. Final funeral arrangements are as follows. Memorial and pre-burial service, Monday, 7th August 2023, at Accra Ridge Church at 10 a.m.